YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I have another pickups video for you here. Lots of diverse, I think, things that I picked up actually. Pretty good haul overall though, pretty happy with some of the things that I got. Nothing really killer, I don't think, but pretty good deals all around. The first thing that I'll show you here is, obviously when I have these I show them off first, is my new Skylanders, and this one here is Doomstone, and a friend of mine picked this up for me, and then I paid them later, which was really nice of them to do that. But they're always on the hunt for me to find these things, so it's really great that I got my hands on this one. Gets me a lot closer to finishing off my Swap Force part of my collection, so one more down. I think there's about 4 more that I need really to finish things off. And then moving on, yesterday I stopped in at a Goodwill and managed to find one title. It's pretty cool. I've checked out some gameplay of it. It gets fairly decent reviews. It's a Wii title, and it's Mini Ninjas. May not necessarily at first, I think, seem to be like some really great title or anything like that, but apparently it's pretty decent and pretty fun, so I decided to pick this one up. For this one here I paid $5, and it's totally complete. And the disc itself it's pretty decent. It's not totally great or anything, but it should definitely play, so looking forward to checking that one out. Kind of a neat title. If you've played this before, leave some comments down below, let me know what you think of it. But from what I saw in gameplay footage and things like that, it looks pretty decent. I also stopped by a Value Village yesterday as well, and I picked up one of these because I didn't have it, and for $3 I just picked up one of these Wii steering wheels kind of thing. And I'll open this up right now. Just one of those Wii steering wheels. Seems like it's in pretty decent shape. It needs to be cleaned up, but otherwise it should work perfectly fine. And now for Mario Kart I'll have the actual peripheral that goes along with it. Just never had this before, and I'm trying to remember if I have Mario Kart in my Wii collection right now. I don't think I do, but I'm sure I'll come across it eventually when people start unloading all their Wii stuff. Moving on, at the same Value Village I found a PS2 Slim power supply, which I was on the lookout for, and the reason why is I actually am in the process of making a trade with a fellow YouTuber, and I'll go through all the details of that when that trade goes through. But they wanted a PS2 from me, so what I was doing actually was taking the PS2 power supply that I had with mine, because I really wanted to make the trade, and I knew that I was going to come across one of these eventually. I just didn't realize how quickly I would. I did pay $6 for this, which is kind of high, I think, for this, but honestly, I asked locally at the flea market, and guys were wanting like $10 for just the power supply, so I thought for $6 I would pick this one up. I haven't tested it to make sure it works yet, but it's all in the bag here, so looks pretty good. I don't think it's like burnt out or anything like that. Usually you can tell, you can smell it off of it if it's burnt out, so it seems like it's in pretty good shape, and that gets me back in business on my PS2 as well. And then moving on, at the same Value Village, I thought this was kind of interesting. I'm not a PC collector, but I seem to be picking up a few PC games lately. This is pretty cool though. It's Wolfenstein 3D, and this is the one that has bonus, the Spear of Destiny, and basically this one here says, the classic that started it all at the bottom, so this is sort of like a reissue of it. This one's for up to Windows 2000, so I don't know if this would ever play on my computer or anything like that, but still pretty cool. It's factory sealed as well, which is kind of neat, and for that one there I paid $3. Obviously, just because of the legacy of this game here, I thought I would pick this up, and if it remains on display in my collection, I'd be more than happy with that. So pretty cool right there to pick up Wolfenstein 3D. And then moving on, these are today's finds. Yesterday was literally like those 3 or 4 items. Not a whole lot out there. Today I stopped by the same places though, and found a few more items that they had put out recently. The first place that I stopped was a Goodwill, and I picked up 2 titles here. Each of them was $5. The first one here is X-Men for the Game Gear. Kind of a steep price, I think, for Game Gear games. I don't really collect them necessarily, but I just don't see them out there that much. And despite the disgustingness of these cases, the games themselves, because they've been kept in their protective cases, are really great. So this one's the X-Men game. Maybe a little bit of tiny bit of wear at the top there on the label, but otherwise really decent shape considering how old that is. The second one here is Streets of Rage 2, also for the Game Gear, and that one's even better shape. The label's pretty much perfect on it, I would say, and the back's like not all worn out or anything like that. So pretty cool, again, for $5. Like I said before, Game Gear games, I'm not really collecting for them, but I do know some people that do collect Game Gear games, so hopefully I'll be able to trade those off and get something that I do want in my collection. I'm probably going to be actually unloading all my Game Gear stuff. I don't even have a Game Gear to play any of it, and I'm not really that interested in the system, so that's where that's going to go. At the same store, I also found a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Brady Games Guide, which is really cool. Full color and all that kind of good stuff in it. So really in excellent shape as well. And for that they wanted $3.49, which ended up being $3.50. At the Goodwill there's no tax, so that's pretty cool right there. I think for $3.50. I know the game's maybe a little bit outdated at this point, but still a nice addition to add to the collection as well. So really great shape guide. I'm not going to turn that down, for sure not. Moving on, I walked into a Talese and I found a couple more games here. Now, these two titles are nothing stellar, and actually both of them I already have, but I thought I would pick them up anyways because I'll end up bundling them with stuff and trading them off, or checking them against the copies I have and see which ones are in the best condition before I do that. But the first one here is Harry Potter for the Game Boy Color. And let me just get it out of the bag here. There you go. It's in pretty decent shape, I would say. Actually, it's probably better than the one I already have. So as long as that save battery works, it should be like in business for trading that one out with the one I have. Don't even know if actually I'm gonna hold on to this because Harry Potter stuff not really my cup of tea. But again, for the price I paid, I thought it was pretty decent. It was $4, so not too bad. And another game I paid $4 for is this one right here. It's TMNT, and I think I have this one like 3 times over now. I've been, for some reason, running into a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff lately. I don't know why, but I do have this on the Game Boy Advance already. So TMNT right there. Again, $4, so pretty cool. I did actually check this out. I tested it out on the Game Boy earlier on. I think it was like last week. And it's actually a fairly fun game, so kind of interesting, and I'll definitely play it in the future. I think when I get something that I can play it on the big screen kind of thing. The last find of the day is probably the best find of the day, I think, as far as anything else goes. I haven't fully tested this out yet, but it seemed to work because I did plug it in. And I was able to, like eject and stuff like that. So what I did pick up was a Nintendo Wii with its power supply. It's all kind of wrapped up here in a big mess. I haven't really taken it all apart yet. It has sorry, there's a bit of a mess here. Has the sensor bar as well. I mean, everything's plugged in here. So an AV cord as well, and then the console itself. Pretty decent all around, I would say. It's in pretty good shape. It's not too bad. It is missing the GameCube slot cover or whatever. And inside this, actually, and I know it's in there because I did eject the disc in the store, there's a copy of Wii Sports. Unfortunately, people are smart enough to take out their SD cards, which it's always nice if you could get a bonus SD card in a Wii, but I guess that's not in the cards for this one. But pretty good shape. It's a little dusty, a little dirty, but not too bad at all. And if you're paying close attention, you can probably already see the price. It was $10. So I mean, I don't know why they're putting out a Wii system for $10 and they charge ridiculous prices for other things sometimes, but still really awesome. I think for $10 to be able to pick up that system with all of its accompanying pieces. Unfortunately, it didn't have the Wiimotes and the nunchucks and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of brutal. I'm assuming that in the future I'll probably be running into a lot of the systems without those things, because I'm not totally certain about it, but I think you can use those with, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you can use those with the Wii U. So you're going to probably start seeing a lot of Wii systems showing up in thrift shops and things like that without the actual nunchucks and the remotes and all that kind of stuff for it. But $10, I'm definitely not going to turn that down. I should be able to flip that pretty fast and you know, get something that I would really want for my collection. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.